Hey guys, it's Carol. I'm actually gonna try to vlog today. I have tried to vlog several times, but then I never remember to actually upload. So like all the vlog material that I have is like a month old. But today I am going to be doing some vacuuming. Super exciting. Totally want to see that. So yeah, we're not gonna film me vacuuming because it's just the two rugs in the living room and the sort of industrial carpet in the garage. Although maybe I'll show you the garage because I haven't showed you guys that. But we kind of have a gym in the garage. Like all of our cars are parked outside. We 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 use the garage mostly for storage and working out. But like our gym, if you want to call it that, used to be like separated into two rooms because for a while my sister had a treadmill that she kept in the garage because she didn't have enough room upstairs. And my mom had a weight machine and an elliptical that she kept in her room, which is now, that space is now her at home office because she telecommutes for half the day. But now we also have a pull up bar. We've got a weight bench so that it's not a weight machine, but it's like a bench that you sit on to like do flies and that sort of thing. And it's real cramped and cluttered, and there's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff in there because we have files from like 10 years ago in our garage, and we need to shred them and get rid of them. But yeah, so I am going to be doing some vacuuming today. I'm probably going to be doing some editing because I got some more notes from the lovely M. Rose. And I just got chapter 12 back from her, I think. And I just sent her chapter 13, and I'm waiting on her chapter 5. And before anybody gets pissy at me, it's because I've had these chapters lying around for a couple of years, and she's working on drafting the first draft rather than editing and second and onward drafts. If I have enough energy, I will probably at least sort the laundry that I did last weekend. Yeah, laundry is the perpetual chore of chores and dissatisfaction and sadness, because first of all, it's not just my laundry, it's Michael's laundry too. So we have this hamper that comes up to a little above my knee. See that my knee's like right there and is there. We have those two baskets, and that basket that has the laptops on it, that's this thing, that has a bunch of Michael's clothes in it too. And we have that white net bag that has a bunch of towels in it. We're not good at keeping up with our laundry. And we still need to like wash our bedding and stuff, but you know, maybe I'll get to that today. Maybe. Because Michael wants to do it on Saturday. Michael seems to forget that he decided that he wanted to help me take down the 3 birches that are dead, also on Saturday. And, you know, the birches aren't that big. It's mostly that there's 3 of them. They're all about 2 or 3 stories tall, or 2.5. And they are pretty close to the house. And, like, I'm gonna just show you, because it's easier to show than explain. And going through a dark tunnel in my house. Out the door. And we have these birches. These birches that go all the way up there. It's real tall. And for this one, I am not putting that much pressure on it, and it's shaking. And then there's this one that's a lot more obvious. And we have a bag. And mushrooms all the way down the trunk. Mushrooms all the way into the roots. Mushrooms. And then there's the tallest one, this guy, which has a little bit more life still in it. But at the same time, it's like, I live in California. If you don't know, California's been having like a really bad drought. And we just don't, we can't deal with all of the trees that we have, because we have a whole bunch of oaks. We have a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even know what it is. We used to have 3 willows. You can see, like, right there. That's a stump for the last one that we lost. And then there's a rose bush sticking out of this one. And our lawn guy just came yesterday, so there's grass clippings everywhere. But there's all of that. There is the fig tree that you may or may not recognize from my writing process video, which oddly we've tried to kill a few times, and it keeps coming back. It's ridiculous. Like, just look at this. That's all one tree. Just meh, all the thing. And we have junipers that I'm gonna get around to trimming. We have a Japanese maple that's actually like the tallest one we've got. This one produces those spiky balls, like the liquid amber seed pods. That's where those come from. And then we have 2 pines over here, 4 more pines, a redwood, a couple of walnut trees. Oh, we actually got rid of the pear. Okay. We used to have a pear tree somewhere around here. Actually, no, that's the pear tree. Holy crap. I haven't come to the backyard in a while. It's been a while. But, like, we've got a lumber pile there, got one there, all the way over there, all the way over there. And we're going to be having more because of the birches. And we have, like, with my house, we don't garden per se. Like, we're not great with flowers, we're not great with, like, traditional garden elements. We're real good with trees, because, like, we have the 3 birches that I'm taking down, and then we have this one that's been around since we had a blackberry patch here, and this one is on lower ground and goes higher. So it's an older one, but yeah. And I'm going to be doing a lot of work around the house because my temp agency is not being good about giving me work. And, like, that guy that's popping up above the roof line, that guy needs to go because it keeps blocking our satellite dish. And yeah, so back into the dark tunnel. And let's turn on the light. And that rug that you guys probably can't see a whole lot of detail on, but you can see, like, all the little speckly bits. That one and the one that's on this side of the couch, I have to vacuum. And behold, all of the mess that is my mother's, including the bathtub that is eventually going into my dad's office, because he's got a half bath in there and we want to turn it into a full bath. And we have a lovely rose that came off of our new rose bush that's sticking out of a willow. It's all pretty. And yesterday I did a whole bunch of groundwork and, like, swept, so, like, the kitchen floor is clean, like, what I refer to as the main thoroughfare of the house. And what that means is that I've got the hall, the kitchen, the dining room, the bare floor in the living room, what we refer to as the cold room, because we used to have an air conditioning unit in the window, and now it's super messy, and the downstairs floor landing. I didn't do the laundry room, but that's because Mom's in the middle of a project, because she is building more shelves for stuff, because that that has all the food in it keeps getting really, 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 really messy. But I got the downstairs landing swept, and all the stairs that go up 2.5 stories, because we have a split level house, because that's what could fit onto the property when my parents bought it. And here's a fun little thing. Like, I'm in the original house, I'm in the newer house. I'm in the original house, I'm in the newer house. Old master bedroom, laundry for landing. And yeah, so my parents met because they were both working at the same architecture firm. And then they got their own. And then they decided to have kids, which meant that the little 2-bedroom house that they had bought was only going to last so long. Because I'm the baby. I have 2 older sisters. And for a short while, and when I say short while, I mean between the ages of when I was like 2 and 5, it worked to have all 3 of us sharing a bedroom. But again, not gonna be a good thing for 3 teenagers, all female, mind you, to be sharing a bedroom. But we are now in the garage. We're now in the garage. And behind curtain number 1 is the garage door, obviously. And crap tons of files and wood and tools, including the table saw that I have known how to use since I was 9. Because we learned how to use power tools not to do makeup. All the makeup stuff my sisters and I had to figure out for ourselves, and mostly because my sisters were both drama people, so they had to actually like put on makeup for shows and that sort of thing. But on the other side, we have the weights machine, the normal weight machine, and then this thing, which is the pull-up bar that goes almost to the ceiling, and Michael likes to use. We have the weight bench that I mentioned, and foam roller, savior of all people with injuries and misaligned vertebrae and stuff. And we have the elliptical, and the treadmill, and more junk and stuff. And there's probably some useful stuff in there. I don't know where it is, but like the red toolbox is right there. That thing. That's a bunch of socket wrenches. That's like a whole set of socket wrenches. But this is the carpet that I've got to vacuum down here. So fortunately, I don't have to actually like pick anything up to move it, because that's not my job. My job is to just get all the little dust and debris crap off of the floor so that people can actually work out and not feel even grosser than just sweaty. So that's what I'm doing today. And there is one more thing that I wanted to sort of like talk to you guys about, in that I am thinking about putting the first like 2 to 4 chapters up for free on Kindle. Because those chapters are all nice and tight. There's just a little bit that I have to do to like make sure it corresponds with everything that I'm gonna end up doing when the book is finished, like doing all the search and replace for names and stuff like that. But you guys have heard me talk about my writing and give little snippets of sort of characters and all that stuff. But unless you're M. Rose or Min Jae, none of you guys have read any of it. So, and Min Jae's still pissed at me because I won't send him more chapters. But if you'd be interested in taking a look at the first few chapters of Regal by Blood, Running for Her Life, then do please let me know, because I want to be able to make sure that this is something that's actually going to make sense and that's going to be worthwhile. And I really do want to be sure that, I stoke up my ego a bit, if I'm going to be honest. Just because I've literally spent half of my life doing this. I'm turning 26 this year. I started writing when I was 13. So I've put a lot of time, effort, energy, and brain power into this book, and I want to make sure that it's actually going to be worth reading. And I want to make sure that it's more than just the people who know me personally are actually interested in the story that I decided to write. And, if you'd be at all interested, please let me know in the comments. If any of my viewers are YouTube viewing veterans, people are constantly asking for likes, subscribes, comments, etc. I have decided not to do that unless I actually have a question that needs answering, like now. And, that question is really, do you guys actually want a free preview of the book? I'm probably not going to do this. Well, I haven't actually decided if I'm going to do this for the second book or not. Because the second book is a lot more complicated. It's a lot more cerebral. But, I am doing this on my own. I am not going through an agent. I am not going through a publisher. I am pressing buttons on the Amazon website and hoping for the best. So that, and I'm sure I've mentioned this, but that's like half the reason I started the channel in the first place. But I do want to make sure that I'm not just wasting my time. So if you are interested in a free sample going up on Kindle, then I would be happy to put it up. I'll be happy to get the feedback, even if it's not great. Because I'll probably do what I do with M. Rose when her comments kind of bug me. Because, there are times when they are still useful, but my first reaction is always emotional. So hopefully I'll be able to deal with all of that. But, I do want to know what my potential readers think. And I do want to know that if I do actually manage to meet the deadline of mid-late July for actually getting the damn thing up, that it's going to be worth it, that there's going to be people out there who want to read it and who will use it the way that I use a lot of books, and that I'm trying to get through some tough times and I need a distraction. And I hope that all of my readers, whoever they are, end up really enjoying it, because that's the entire point of a book, if you ask me. Like, yes, there are instructional books, yes, there are textbooks, but in terms of recreational books, the entire point is to enjoy them. So, I will try to check back later, I guess. Right. So about 5-10 minutes or so after I put down the camera, I got a text from Lizzie, who you will know from the Mature and Responsible Adults videos, that simply said, "I'm at your house, are you home?" So she and I went out for lunch and just kind of hung out and talked and did some stuff that was more on the private side of things, so that's why there's no, footage of it. And we were thinking about doing a Mature and Responsible Adults number 3, but we're both just, crashing out and really tired. So we're not going to do that. I'm still probably going to do editing stuff. I did get the vacuuming done that I said I was going to done, so this is how tired I am. I said done instead of do. So, yeah. And we'll see if I pick up the camera again later.